To tell the truth, I'd rather be with you.
I'd rather pick it up. I'd rather call the school.
This is where it's at, bro.
No matter what you do.
Yeah, he's good.
He's got like that unique voice.
Tell the truth, I'd rather be with you. I'd rather pick it up. I'd rather
Vinny.
call the school. No matter where you are, no matter what you do. Just turn me up, 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 just turn me up.
Good morning, y'all. Let's fucking wake up.
Let's
get some motherfucking tubes in chat.
Up easy.
You're sexy, and that 80 got me wildin', girl, don't text me.
No wonder
I
he's so
take that jet ski to the tropics,
Is it
make it
Andrew?
messy. Okay, your Birkin got some mileage, take my blessing.
I don't think we ever decided
Okay, she
that.
poppin' Miley Cyrus, that's my
That's crazy.
bestie. Dollar Stallion, chain Molly, night crawling, to be honest,
Up,
I was
dude.
being modest. On my body, might take it to the island.
It's a motherfucking port.
Tell the truth, I'd rather be with you. I'd rather pick it up. I'd rather call the school. No matter where you are, no matter what you do. To tell the truth, I'd rather be with you. I'd rather pick it up. I'd rather call the school. No matter where you are, no matter what you do. Just turn me up, 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 just turn me up.
You good, admin? Just checking in before we go.
Yes, sir.
Let's go. Good morning, my boy.
Oh, is that just started, Matt?
Wow.
I know I'm gonna sound like the most cliche person ever, but the World Cup really did make it within the Premier League. Been there.
Good morning, everybody. We're coming with energy today. We're coming with energy. All right?
Now you
Good
need
morning,
a Premier
everybody.
League.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of tuned out of soccer as soon as World Cup ended, but I respect
me
the
too.
hustle.
LARPing
respect the
final
hustle.
balls.
We got a great show today. We have a 3-man show. Me, Royal, Admin, aka DC. This is going to be, I think, our best work yet. Not because we don't love TC and Walker, but we can go right down to business. It's Saturday. I'm feeling good. I have a new coffee order, Royal, that I need to share with you.
Wait, is this like a local one or is it like a chain?
Gregory's? Is that a chain?
Well, I was thinking like Dunkin', Starbucks, one of those.
Okay,
let me hear it.
But you can go anywhere with this. I've gotten from multiple places. Americano, which is basically espresso that's just like watered down, right? Americano, iced, no creamer, no milk, but sugar and 2 pumps of whatever flavor you like. Bro, so much better than the milk. It feels a lot like lighter when you drink it. It still tastes good because of the sugar and all that. I'm fucking with it a lot. So that's the new order. Got to put.
Yeah,
They
they go overboard with milk most times.
No Gregory cream,
General.
says Tuts. Yeah, it looks like this. It's like watered down.
That logo,
Yeah. Happy Ramble Saturday. Yeah, we are getting closer and closer to Saturdays where there's a full slate on. Me and Royal were just like daydreaming, looking at the week 3 college football slate when there was,
it's
20 plus games at noon. Yeah, all the ranked teams are playing, big matchups. Like we've had Ramble Saturdays, but they're not quite the same without, the full slate of games where we can fully lab and open up our brains. And this is cool. Like I like talking futures. Nothing wrong with it. There's definitely people that don't fuck with futures, and I understand why. You don't want to tie up your money for that long stretch of the season, but I know you love it, Royal. I know I love it. I think futures are a great way to get an edge and a great way to have a bet where you can, ideally, unless there's an injury or something that happens early on in the season, right? Like you get to sweat it the whole season, which is dope.
Actually, fun fact, so I had Tyson futures, and the book actually refunded it, and I was actually kind of shocked, to be honest. I had a free bet for the amount I placed, so that was a pleasant surprise because I kind of kissed those units away, to be honest with you.
I'm seeing Lane's locks in here. Celebrated 1 year as a moderator. Wow, Lane, shout out you. You're doing big things. Always saw it in you, brother. Dude, my whole family's getting fucking Twitch accounts for me. It's so funny. He says, New York Jets look good last night. Just endure the suck. Jets.
Yeah, I was trying to go through the box scores a little bit. I see Gino 7 for 7, I think. I saw Wilson had a nice highlight.
Been watching full preseason games just to feel something. We're almost there, brother. We're almost there. Don't worry. It's just a matter of time.
Klubnik got some burn.
I'm starting to think Royal is Kevin from Ed, and Eddie. Never seen him without back with that. He rocks it forward too.
Ed head is crazy right now.
You got the fucking wings, dude. We both.
I know,
what told us both to grow out a little bit? I have a little bit of wings, but your wings are crazy.
Yeah, I just went for it. I've always wanted to, and then my thing is like I never realized you had to get it like layered. Like I used to always try and grow it out, but it just kind of turned into an afro, and it was horrible.
Yeah. Hey, I like it. It looks good. Morning coffee and ramble. What's a better duo? Biggs. I was thinking the same thing, bro. This is our time to really, gather in as a close, cohesive unit. We got to get intimate. Light the candles. Because pretty soon, the room's going to fill up. We're going to be bumping shoulders with each other. This is our time to really, lab. And I really suggest you guys listen to the spaces yesterday. Roll. I don't know if you thought so, but I came away from that spaces like, yeah, that was an awesome spaces. We talked pretty much just all NFL props yesterday. You can find the recording on my Twitter if you want to listen to it. But it was about an hour and 30 minutes of just really good discussion. Shout out Kyle the Whaler. He's in chat. Brought it up earlier. That's pretty spot on. Other than the blonde hair, it looks more like Walker, to be honest.
Good one.
Do you either have a bet locked in for next week? Next week, as in?
I think so.
Like, are you saying for week 0? I like Virginia. I know we talked about that briefly versus NC State. That's probably the only thing. I don't have it locked in, but I'm definitely looking at it for sure because I'm seeing the popular side be NC State, so I'm not worried about that line moving. I'm not really trying to jump the gun and try to buy some value. I don't think there's enough to be worth it to place it right now. I can still test the waters leading up to the game. Things might change. People might buy into UVA, so who knows?
Yeah, I think probably gonna get there with USC and just trust my analysis on that team.
Let's talk about. We don't really have a clear path for this stream, Ro. So we could talk about just football in general. We can talk about a little bit of NFL. We can talk a little bit of college football. What do you want to do? I feel like the spaces yesterday was dope because we kind of just bounced around. What do you want to do? Or what does chat want to do? Honestly, what do you guys want to do today?
Yeah, we kind of tackled most of the big teams in college football already. Kind of hit on some futures too.
All right, what we should do is you should talk USC because we're starting to really fall in love with USC as a team.
We kind of dedicate a lot to that last stream.
All right, I was going to say just talk USC and then we can do NFL, but
we had because I was actually listening back to that one. That was a good combo on them. Because I really think they are not confusing, but speculative on their lines, their respect, and obviously their ceiling.
USC, you're saying?
Yeah, so we were talking about that for a little bit.
All right, well, we can do NFL. I'm thinking we just take from chat and just roll with whatever they're thinking. So if someone could drop something in chat, a team, player, anything you guys want to talk about, and we can move from there. Because TC and Walker aren't here, so we're not going to do the NFL preview in alphabetical order. We'll pick that back up when they're back on. But, yeah, otherwise we can start with something if no one's got anything. Have you seen the Giants defense? Paulson, Debo from the Giants, from Saints, so many good starters. No idea they have. We can talk Giants if you want. As a whole,
he might be pissed, but yeah.
Why? Is he fading?
No, he's a big Giants fan.
Okay. What's your biggest question about them?
I guess I kind of have two. So giant turnover regime wise. Obviously, you like to think Harbaugh is a good, culture builder, stability guy that they really need. They've obviously had a coaching carousel for the past few years, some really, really bad ones, but I'm not a salty Bears fan. I think it's just in general how bad this guy is. Matt Nagy running the offense does scare me. For Dart's development, kind of for Neighbors. Neighbors is almost so good it might not matter. And Matt Nagy does tend to feature, single receivers, so that could benefit him. But Dart's development kind of scares me. Their running back room, I'd like to see. I mean, Scadaboo was great last year, but who knows if he's going to be the same from that injury. I don't mind the Najee Harris pickup, but I guess to sum it up, I think Matt Nagy would be a scare. Obviously, they still have some holes in their roster. Their secondary is pretty rough on paper. They drafted some pieces to try and help that, sign some people like Polo said with Paulson and Debo, but they don't really have that shutdown corner or really sticky coverage guys. But they got a lot of good pieces. Like they have a lot of pieces for the future, obviously. Abdul Carter's a monster. I'm in love with Neighbors. Their O-line, they really prioritize. So they got the one, pieces for sure. Yeah,
this is the one.
Really good one.
That's the one.
What do you think? What's your?
I mean, if I had to invest in the Giants, it'd definitely be likely. I think that's the guy. I'm worried about Neighbors. Just anytime someone's coming off an ACL, maybe it's my bias of actually tearing mine, but that's no joke, man. It's not an easy recovery, and I'm pretty sure his timeline is like kind of. It's not like he's given extra time to come back, like the time of his injury. So I don't know. We're going to have to see. I'm not someone who wants to buy into a guy like that. I know he's talented. I have no question that he's going to go over his line if he plays the full 16, 17. But is he going to? I hope so. But I don't know. I like the Giants. I don't love them. I think losing Wandale is tough. I don't think people realize the value of that. I think it also opened up the offense. He's a deep threat. So just extending the defense, I think, is kind of key here. And without him, I mean, you're really left with Malik Neighbors and what else?
Odell.
Scadabo. Yeah, I mean, do you think Odell's going to be even halfway, like half as efficient as he used to be? I don't think so.
Nah, he might not even make the team. I think he might at this point. He had a really nice clip yesterday, so maybe that's his saving grace. But I think they should keep him. Yeah. So maybe it was
Odell can make it. Maybe that's.
Yeah, maybe I always thought the sacrificial lamb, but I just feel like you need him this year. Like you need that guy for just like positive vibes and honestly nostalgia for Giants fans.
Dude, look who it is in chat. Oh my God, Rolo, what's going on, dude? Good morning, gents. Isaiah likely is going to be a factor. Also, he subbed. That's why you can't see it, dude. Good morning, bro. Hope you're doing well, bro. Yeah, spam the fucking Reapers in chat. That's awesome. Boxy's for the sub as well. Matt Nagy is a terrorist. Rolo, dude, hope you're doing well. Miss the hell out of you, bro. I know you're doing big things, huge milestones in life. I'm not going to drop them on in stream unless you want me to share them, but congrats on everything. Work-wise and love life, that's awesome, dude. You're killing it. Sorry, that threw me off. I didn't expect Rolo to be in here. Fuck. What were you just? Yeah. What did you just say? Oh, what I was gonna say. Jalen Hyatt. That was always a guy I thought that was gonna break out. But never really did. Never really panned out.
He hasn't good that year in Tennessee.
Let's see. I'm just reading up on chat here.
Boy, do we have time. Come on now. We got to glaze Tyler Shuck, brother.
Yeah, put us in a group chat and let's make that happen ASAP. I'm just reading up on Dart. Don't know if I can trust Dart. What do you think about Dart, Rolo? Rolo? Dude, that's the first time I used to do that all the time back in. Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Jackson Dart.
I like him. I think he has a high ceiling, like down the line, just because he's really, really, really good, like off platform. And what's that word? When shit hits the fan, he's really good at like coming out on top. If that makes sense, like rolling out, making crazy through it. Yeah, there you go. He's good at off schedule. I like his arm talent. He's obviously fast. I just think he needs to like clean up his game. Like I know we hear it all the time, but he's really got to start sliding. He's really got to protect himself, and just keep developing as a passer. But I think there's a lot to like for him. Again, I'm hoping Nagy doesn't ruin him. They also have Greg Roman on the same offensive staff, probably two of the biggest terrorists in the NFL for offensive development. So A little scary there, but they do have a good line. They have a decent line, which always helps. I do like Likely. I do like Neighbors. So should have good enough pass catchers, but just all has to click year one as well, which is always tough.
I'm looking at their schedule. It's
And
not,
money
it's not
would
the worst.
if money was here, he'd be gassing up Pat Ricard. They did bring him in, obviously.
The first 4 games aren't awful, but this I feel like this could go off the rails pretty brutally, actually, now that I'm looking at it. Dallas at home, opening up.
Yeah.
They probably lose that game. At Rams, lose 0-2. I hate, I leaned in this with college, and maybe this is the wrong mindset to take, but I'm a big momentum guy, to start the year. Can you get your feet wet? What teams need a few games of cupcake to, rev up? What, teams can, I think, get off the rails early after a few losses, losing confidence? I feel like the Giants are a team that if things don't go well early, which they very well could start 0-2, it's going to be tough for them to rebound, even though they play Tennessee and Arizona at home. Like, I could see them being a team that loses to good teams and then, hangs their head and loses to a team like Tennessee at the crib. There's just a lot of things that need to go right, especially on the injury side of things. Like, I'm just not fully bought in that everybody's just going to come back from their injuries, ready to go and fully to their potential and ready to hit their ceilings. Like, that just feels like a big ask, especially with the coaching changes. It's just like, how is that a winning formula? I do love Arvell Reese, though. I think he's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
he's gonna be a stud.
He looked really good in his debut.
I hope Cam Scatterbo returns to what he's going to be, but another guy, right, like similar to Neighbors, where coming off injury, what is he going to look like? Probably fine with all the slack he's been getting in the media, but we'll see. Who do you buy into as a player?
One good thing, actually, that's a good point. I think the Giants killed the draft, or at least their first 2 picks. Actually, I like the Colton Hood edition too. But point being, I think that was a really good sign from the front office, right? You go with Arvell Reese, who's kind of a building block on defense, and then you go with is it Mauiaga, or I don't know how to pronounce his name, but really good lineman from Miami. Do you know how tempting it was for them to go maybe Jordan Tyson, right? To go maybe Caleb Downs, like these, bigger names and obviously more flashy names, but they're not going to be, franchise, like they're not going to change a franchise like I think these guys would. So I think that was really, really good sign from the front office, if that makes sense. Like I'm sure like Giants fans at that point, not like pissed they got him, but like a little bit of a letdown for Francis because it's just a boring lineman at 10 when there's so many good players there. But to me, that was a really good pick and really good sign by the front office that they're building things the right way.
It's interesting too. I mean, I feel like the Giants always tend to, or at least as of recently, draft defensive guys in the first round at least. Like their first pick, I feel like always goes to a defensive player other than Malik Neighbors, obviously. And I just did a quick search because I wanted to verify that for myself. Arvell Reese, obviously this year. Abdul Carter the year before. Malik Neighbors in 2024. Deonte Banks. Where is Deonte Banks? Is he still on?
He's still there, yeah. Or is he the?
Yeah, he is, because he'd be on the 4-year contract of a rookie, right? So he'd be there till 2027. So this is probably his last year. And then Kayvon Thibodeau, edge from Oregon in 2022. So yeah, they tend to lean heavy on the defensive side of the ball, in the first round, which is interesting. I like the Likely look. I think Rolo's spot on.
Yeah.
So that's how I buy into this team. I think the Giants and the Commanders are going to be neck and neck for last in the division. So
yeah.
I don't want to invest
actually, it's tough. I was going to say I like the Giants' outlook better than the Commanders, just because you were saying it yesterday on Spaces. Like the Commanders, very old team, right? They got a lot of sitting ducks on defense and offense, if you will. But I actually like their offseason a lot. They made one big splash signing in Owe, the edge rusher. And then they just signed a really bunch of solid players to very friendly contracts. And then, honestly, Diggs and Terry, and then I'm an Antonio Williams guy, like actually a really good receiving room, and I like Chigakonkwo as well. So they actually have a pretty good offense, but you lose Laramie Tunsil, one of the best left tackles in the league. Their O-line is not looking great right now. So I think their run game and O-line is going to be their Achilles heel, and their defense, obviously. But
you're telling me that a Jaden Daniels-led team is at 7.5 juice to the under. I mean, like, I'm just reading into the line here. Like, I'm not even like take everything out of it, right? You used it last year. I mean, Jaden Daniels' injury as the excuse of why the Commanders' season fell or didn't meet expectations after that amazing rookie debut that we all remember from Jaden. I think everyone wants that to be replicated and think that he has capability to, and I agree with that. But everything around him, I just don't love. Like 7.5 minus 105 to the over feels like the easiest bet on terms or easiest trade. I apologize. In terms of a win total that I've seen, like I'm trying to not to be biased, so tell me if I'm wrong here, but it just doesn't make any sense to me.
It's tough. Like I don't know if it looks easy or not, just because I really think people view Jaden Daniels as like an elite QB, as in like he's so good, they're just going to back him regardless. But when you look at this team, I don't know if I see 8 wins on here, especially with the schedule. So we can run through that quick. Philly and Dallas, I'd probably chuck up as losses. I actually have a hard time saying they're going to split with those teams in the conference.
And Ro, this is under the assumption like I'd never want a guy to get hurt, but like I think Commanders fans are lying to themselves if they think that Jaden Daniels doesn't have an injury issue at this point. Like he's got to protect himself, and is he going to do that? I don't know. Like that's a huge question mark. I think it's crazy to say that it's not.
No, not with, especially with Tunsil out.
Like the 8, and not to mention like the pieces around him. Like I like the pickup of Diggs. I mean,
they're old, but they're effective.
Right, they're old but effective. But you know what old means in the NFL? Injury prone. So I'm worried about this team. I'm pretty sure the average age, I said it in Spaces the other day, they're not the oldest team in the NFL, but they're close to it. I'm pretty sure, unless that changes.
It's definitely skewed because Bobby Wagner has to be 35 at this point, 36.
That's true.
They're just running out there.
Yeah, just a fat overlier skewing that number. Also, Hefe, thank you so much for the sub, man. 29 months from the boy. Woke up, turned on stream, get mugged by Royal. Time to go back to bed. That's fair. Hey, we appreciate you stopping by. Hefe.
Boss man said that? Damn.
Boss man, yeah. Right after I said the forbidden B word.
Listen to this first 3 games for Commanders. I don't know if you looked at it.
Oh, yeah.
At Philly, at Dallas. I'm chalking that 0-2. Home opener. Seattle.
And then they have the Colts in London. Like that could be 0-4. I'm not even kidding.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, if the Colts are healthy, I would lean the Colts there. I don't know how they stop that run game and offense.
And then another division game versus the Giants.
Yeah.
Where's that game? How's that not at home?
Says it's home.
For some reason, this it must be just wrong from what I'm looking at. It's just a typo or something. It should be at home, right? It's a brutal start. And like I said, like it's not like teams can't bounce back later in the season, but I'm saying like from a confidence standpoint, in a team that is projected to be 3rd or 4th in their division, the season starts out like that. It's not like they're the Rams or the the Chiefs or some elite team that can rally together and put together a string of 10 wins. Like I don't see that them being that team. So if they can't do it early, I think it's going to be really tough to recover, past the bye. I mean, their record could be rough at their bye, really rough.
Yeah, their secondary is brutal, man.
Do you know? And then who they play after their bye? Philly and then the Rams. So,
oh my god.
I mean, Philly in prime time and then the Rams. That game is going to be fire as fuck.
Obviously, I'd lean that the Niners week 6, but if the Niners defense is even similar to last year, which it's trending that way, because I think Bosa's hurt again, Commanders could compete in that. Because I think the Commanders' offense is going to be good. It's going to be fine. They're going to move the ball on most teams, but that could be a shootout. That could be like a prop goldmine game.
Like, let's just go through their depth chart a little bit. Like Terry McLaurin, let's talk about him. His lines for the year are 924. He's a wide receiver 1. He didn't He didn't quite make that last year, obviously having the worst season of his career, only playing 10 games. So you got to put an asterisk on that. If you did the math, though, I'm pretty sure in terms of averages, if he played a full 16, 17 games, he would have soared over that 1,000-yard mark if I do some quick math in my head. What do you think? 924.5. Always a guy that's been consistent, past this mark after his rookie season. He's gone over it 5 straight, other than last year, obviously. Do you think this is another year where he can be productive, or is he starting to actually fall off being 30 years old?
I think it depends, obviously. Like last year, I want to say it was a hamstring, I think. Just never went away. I mean, he would start games, leave. Like, it was a disaster season.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully he's fully healthy. If he's fully healthy, I think he still's got some juice in him. I do think Diggs does take away from his workload a little bit, nothing crazy. Because the thing with Diggs is last year, he was really, really good and really effective. But he only played like 46% of the snaps, and it was clear passing situations. So I think Terry's a guy you kind of run out there pretty much every play unless he's banged up, obviously. Yeah, I think it's going to help. You can't really double Terry. You can't bracket him with Diggs. So I think he's in for a big year. And we know his big playability too. And they do have a new OC. I mean, he kind of just ran go routes and deep routes only with Cliff, and I'm forgetting the other guy. So they do have a new OC. I mean, if they move him around the field and kind of put him in that do-it-all role, he can even have a bigger year.
So 924.5 for his receiving yards. Let's look at his touchdowns. 5.5 minus 125. I kind of like that more. The minus 125 over the 5.5 touchdowns. I kind of like that more for Terry. But I'm staying away from this team.
The running
game is questionable. Rashad White and Krosky Merritt. I don't know, man.
Well, hold on. Before DC spits, Katron Allen could end up being a factor. He was the guy from Pennsylvania.
DC. No,
I'm saying he could like jump Rashad White, because Rashad White's typically your change of pace passing back. I mean, it's clear he's really not good, effective rusher through the tackles and every down back, but he's really good at pass blocking and receiving. So if Allen can kind of make a name for himself rushing wise, I think he could be similar to Chris Rodriguez for them.
I would tend to agree with you, but did you see the first preseason game for the Commanders?
Yeah, he had like 25 carries, 70 yards. Yeah, it wasn't a great showing, but I'm saying the opportunity is there.
Yeah, for sure. I'm trying to find the tweet. It was.
I do lean Bill with you though. He'd be the one I want.
There was a tweet about all the running backs in preseason history that have gotten like 20 plus carries, and it might be the most disgusting freaking group of players I've ever seen.
Yeah, he didn't.
Yeah,
it was a mix of him and the O-line, because, like I said, the O-line is going to be a big issue now with Tunsil going.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's that good.
Rashad White also like hurt his ankle in the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, like this week.
That's right.
So it doesn't help, but
Jeff Sunday is partying in upstate NY with Mel. Okay.
I still like Antonio Williams. Obviously, the Diggs signing kind of hurts that, but if they don't use Diggs in the slot, and if it's Antonio Williams in the slot, he can still have a nice role. Because I'm not sold on McCaffrey. I'm not sold on Traylon Burks. What's year 6, year 7 breakout? Van Jefferson's a fine vet, sure, but Antonio Williams passes the eye test. He's really good at Clemson for a bunch of years. Really good in the preseason so far, or camp, I should say. I think they got something with him. I really do.
I'll make a shout too for talking guys. We're just talking about guys. Shout out Krabs too. Another shout out. I gave him one yesterday. Chiga Conquo. I liked his sell job on him. I think if there's any guy that I'd buy into on this team, it'd be him. Definitely underrated. He
was mine as well. I'll go ahead, sorry.
No.
It was until Diggs got there. I mean,
Diggs fucks it up.
Yeah, if Diggs is playing his similar role to the Patriots last year, that's exactly what I envisioned Chig doing.
Because I took Terry
where they get the ball.
I took Terry over yards before the Diggs signing, and I think he only dropped 25 yards. Like I took him at like 950, but that's also in like a 5-leg, DFS lineup. But
Chig's good
also,
though.
Yeah, also excited to see Sonny Styles. Let's talk about another team or another player.
Well, last thing about Chig. Do you remember how Zach Ertz kind of had like pretty solid years with JD5, right?
Mm-hmm.
For what, being 35, really, really old, and you wouldn't expect that. So Chig can definitely do some damage because JD does like the tight end a lot. So that's a big pause. That's a big
FA,
pause. Yeah, I'll be back in a minute.
Donate some subs. Donate some subs. Maybe we'll talk about it. That's a topic that isn't free. You know what I'm saying? What other teams do we want to talk about, chat? I want to pick your guys' brain. Come on, it's not all about us. I'm about to go to upstate New York next weekend. Actually, so I need to ask Jeff Sunday for some racks. DC,
We want to stay in this division.
What's that?
We haven't really talked about Philly that much.
We can talk Philly, dude. You don't
unless DC has one.
For what?
Team.
Let's talk Philly, and then we'll kick it to DC. I want to hear what you guys think of Philly first.
Yeah.
Rosa. Sandy.
I taught you how to gamble, pussy.
Sandy, what's the order? We thinking of Ruben, pastrami Ruben?
Dude, we need that on the fucking soundboard, DC. That fucking clip of ref saying that.
Nah, dude,
MJ, I taught you how to gamble, pussy.
Gotta put that on the back.
Spaces.
Bro.
We gotta go for it. Is funny.
Squirt. Jalen Squirts. All right, let's talk about him. Super Bowl MVP. That's what I'm talking about. But
Nice
go ahead, Royal.
pastrami, ham, egg, cheese.
Well, I will.
Okay.
I will say
What?
that new meme of him it's pretty funny.
What, the
That
jalapeno
green-
with the mustache?
Yeah, green. Yeah, Alex at TC, man. I don't know. Guys in Vegas, guys in Nashville. Living the
Real
life.
quick, really funny. TC texts us at 4:30 in the morning. Royal's not putting him on blast because he's a good friend. I'll fucking put him on blast. Text us at 4:30 in the morning to the stream group chat. There's no shot I'm making it to stream tomorrow. It's like, okay, it's all
Like,
good,
dude,
bro.
we weren't expecting you there.
You're in Vegas, like, yeah.
For the first time, especially. Like, there's no
Andy's-
shot you're making it. What is it?
Andy's on the time difference too. Like, can you
What's the
imagine?
Vegas time? What's the difference? Is it 2 hours?
Should at
Yeah.
least two.
You think TC's getting up at 7 a.m.
It's probably mountain time.
first night post Vegas Friday night? Like, come on.
But all right, I want to hear you guys' thoughts on the Birds. Chat, I want to hear your thoughts. No bias. So, take it easy on me if you have some strong thoughts negatively, but let me hear it.
I'm just curious on Sean Manion because he comes from the Rams, right? So you'd expect a much more modern offense off the bat. Obviously, I think you've mentioned a few times I think their O-line is like coming up on contracts, right? So kind of the last year on paper.
This is
you
Lane's
think?
Lane's retiring
Yeah.
after this year.
Really? How old is he?
He's fucking old, man. He's
He's
34, I think.
36? Holy shit. I didn't think he was that old.
Yeah, bro.
Wow. Wow, that's like I really did not know that, but yeah, that's gonna be a big loss, but
It's gonna be a sad year, bro. And you know what? I'm gonna know I'm old when Saquon retires, and even he's getting there, 29 years old. Like, this feels like the year. I don't want to just like grab the mic from you, but this feels like the last year that Saquon has or will have one of the best lines in the NFL. Right? Once Lane goes away, that's just. I know they have Mailata and some other big pieces like Jurgens and Dickerson, but I mean, Lane is that whole unit. Like, he's the oxygen for that unit. So I just think Saquon could be in for a huge year.
no, I agree. I mean, you hear it all the time. Like, the running game opens up everything typically for the most part. They didn't have that last year. Was it Patullo? I don't know. Was it the O-line being injured? I don't know. Everything was broken offensively. So they definitely needed a change there.
There's
But
been too much talk about this too. We talked about this in Spaces. Way too much talk about this. If Devontae can actually step up to that wide receiver one role, that's why I think people are hesitant. But I know it's kind of 50-50. Some people are really bought in on Devontae, and then some people are thinking like Andrews, which is fair.
I don't know if I'll be able to find it, but his metrics when AJ Brown was out was
him and Goddard stock like 2012 Bitcoin when AJ Brown wasn't on the field. Like they do pretty well for themselves. I mean, I hope Lemon can, I mean, I know he's been hurt a little bit, but I think he'll be a decent. I mean, he's not gonna, fill AJ Brown's shoes or anything, but I think he'll help. And Goddard is like the number one candidate for regression, at least touchdown wise, from what I've seen. But I think AJ leaving kind of dims that down. Like I think he's gonna get more volume. So I think like 35% of his fantasy points last year were from touchdowns, which is insane.
So someone makes a good point in chat too. I mean, we're acting like Devontae was the wide receiver one in his rookie year. Like it was only for a year, and then we got AJ. But like you got to keep in mind, he had 900 yards and 5 tutties in his rookie year as wide receiver one. I can give you the wide receiver room. 2021 wide receiver room.
He's been frying in camp.
Yeah, he's always been a metrics darling, and then that's kind of what we hinted last stream with LaFleur playing, 5-6 receivers, kind of didn't really get a full chance to develop. But I will say, because like I said, Wicks is a metric darling, so every time he kind of did get that chance, like if Watson's banged up or if Dobbs didn't really perform, so it's kind of just a bad storm. So I think a good change for him, and I think Philly traded for him, right? If I'm not mistaken, or they gave him a pretty big bag for a year or two. So that tells me he's going to be factored in right away, which looks to be the case during camp and everything.
Yeah, I don't hate Wicks. Yeah, Wicks is a good player. I think it was more so the Packers wide receiver room being just funky,
He's a really good fourth option. Like you have Smitty, you have Goddard, you have Lemon, and then having Wicks able to, in 3 receiver sets and shit.
Hopefully Lemon is going to be all right by week 1.
I think he's straight. His yards did drop 75 yards on his prop, which kind of scares me. But
there's a lot to like about the receiving room. Even Goddard, Goddard was sneakily one of the best red zone, targets.
Yeah, he was
in terms of a tight end last year. I mean, he had 11 fucking touchdowns. I don't know how much that changes. He was so good in the red zone.
I think what they need to do, and I don't know if it's true or not. Obviously, you remember the Jalen Hurts hit piece by that reporter that was just absolutely flaming him.
Yeah.
If they need to run him more, the design runs were significantly down last year than any year prior, and there was no injury.
With Hurts, you're saying?
Yeah, it wasn't an injury reason. Apparently, again, if that's true, that hit piece, he was the one saying, I don't want design runs. I don't want to run that much. I want to sit back and throw the ball. He's a really good runner, and he's a very built QB. To me, you got to use that because he's a very safe runner too, as in you can trust him to not turn the ball over. You can trust him not to take a bad hit. He's always going to slide. He's always going to make the smart play when he's running. So I think they need to lean into that a lot. Always adds an extra stress on the defense, and it kind of opens things up too. And he was really effective at it.
Yeah, I just
they need to get back to that a little more.
Backtracking to Lane Johnson too, we didn't even mention the fact that last year he was banged up and missed some games. Like I said, any Philly fan, anyone who's watched just our run game and our pass protection, it starts with Lane Johnson. It always has. If he's off the field, it takes a significant drop off. It's the other guys around him are good, but he's almost like that multiplier we talked about on defense, these guys that make everyone around him better. The whole line was banged up. I know, but Lane Johnson was the key piece. It'd be different if Dickerson's always been dealing with injuries. He's been dealing with injuries since his college days at Alabama. I mean,
he's so goddamn good though.
He's so fucking good. He's plagued by injuries. I mean, these big motherfuckers, they're 6'6", 325. You're not supposed to be that big as a human. You're putting a lot of pressure on your knees. Yeah. That's just what happens to these guys, unfortunately. But I mean, I don't see how they don't have a path. I mean, I think they're a great team to buy into in terms of the division. Though I am scared of the Cowboys to a decent degree. That's really the biggest, I guess, monster in my closet as a Philly guy. I'm not really worried about the Commanders. Oh God.
That was perfect. That was well done, Admin. Well
What's
done.
up, boys? What's up? Can you hear me?
What's up, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, sound good.
Thank you.
We got Jeff in here. We got Rolo.
Dude, what are you on? You on a Aaron Rodgers isolation retreat? What are you up to?
No, I'm in the backyard.
Okay.
I don't know. I was just like, bro, I woke up. I got on Twitter. I saw that you guys were streaming. I was like, I'm not doing anything. So
You got
Let's
the
go.
bro, look at the group chat, bro. I texted DC for the link. It literally was right above my text bubble. Yeah. So that's what happened there. Going to the Sox tonight, which will be cool. But I'll let you guys keep going. But I do want to talk about some props. I mean, you guys know I've kind of been blowing up our chat. I'm trying to find
perfect,
a long bet. But
Let's
I have 3 props I'll talk about after. But I actually am enjoying listening to this because I need to brush up on my NFL knowledge here. So,
I appreciate it. Thanks for joining.
Just keep excited.
But we were just talking about the Eagles. I pretty much wrapped up the offense. I mean, we all know everyone's thoughts on Jalen Hurts. I think it's crazy the amount of disrespect he gets for a guy who's been to two Super Bowls. But
it's at this point, it's just fun to do it. Like, it's never going to go away at this point.
I mean, and some of the biggest games are, we're talking about against Mahomes, and he beat Mahomes in a Super Bowl, and we're talking like this guy is outside the top 10. I think it's just disgusting and egregious. But hey, that's fine. I'll keep buying low on stock on Jalen Hurts. Like, he could easily be a guy with the push with the numbers he puts up this year. He could easily be a guy that's in the MVP conversation if the Eagles are decent like they have been in past years. But it's all about the line holding up on the offensive side. I don't think we have any questions about the defense. D-line, I mean, absolutely nasty. You have Jordan Davis and fucking Jalen Carter, breathing down your neck. Yeah, I mean, and, Quinyon Mitchell is slowly becoming one of the best corners in the league at such a young age. Really cool to see. You don't think so?
Well,
I mean, Gonzalez,
you're just going
to – yeah.
No. Nothing about Gonzalez. As a Pats fan, I don't know if I'm getting brainwashed. I thought A.J. Brown was frying him compared to the reports I heard.
Bro, come on.
Now, he was, but you have to remember, one-on-ones, like the DB is –
A.J. Brown's
such a disadvantage.
Yeah, no,
there's such a disadvantage.
I don't
AJ
even
Brown,
I don't
dude.
know. I know. I'm only saying that because it's the Patriots. I just want to mess with you. But
burnt toast.
Yeah, I mean, let's be real. A.J. Brown probably goes absolutely fucking nuclear this year. Like, I've always said it. I've always thought he's up there, in terms of the gap between him and Nakua and, all the top guys, Jamar Chase. I think the gap is a lot smaller than people think. I don't think he's better than any of those guys, but he's very, very close.
Yeah, nice shirt.
Not to
oh, yeah.
jump to the Pats, but just think how much volume Diggs got last year. He didn't even play that much.
Yeah.
AJ's going to get fed too. And you got to remember, he started out with Vrabel in Tennessee.
What's
lot of familiarity there.
What do you say?
I feel A.J. Brown, I feel like he might score 300 touchdowns this year.
I'd guess 7.5 juice over.
Ooh, that's great. Let's look at that.
Because I know Dobbs. I know we got Dobbs from Green Bay, and he was I know Green Bay used Dobbs in the red zone a lot, but I really don't think the Pats are going to be doing that when they have
really
A.J.
just
Brown.
Hunter Henry. Is
so.
I don't really trust the Pats run game in the red zone either. Ramondre, fumble issues, and
Trevion's an explosive runner. Yeah,
not there yet either. Yeah,
I kind of love that. I kind of love the touchdown look, Jeff. You're gonna love it too because
the Pats offense is great, and they're playing. I mean, the Jets and the Jets and the Dolphins 4 times.
Yeah,
I don't know. To me, 6.5.
I'll take 7. It's 6.5 is going to be heavily juiced. 7.5 is plus 115. I think that's a better look too.
That's
get the value.
Worth the sprinkle. I feel if he plays a full, even 16 games, every other game he's going to be scoring.
I'm down for that.
He's going to be Drake May's clear number 1, according to the reports and videos I'm seeing. He's getting every red zone look in joint practices, stuff like that. I don't know. You're going to have a good offense. You have a better offensive line. I don't know. It seems and Booty might be gone to the Texans. So
they just signed They signed Sterling Shepard and Zay Jones as the
Did they?
replacements. Yeah, I saw that yesterday.
They went after Bateman, and then he just got arrested. So
yeah.
Wait, Rashad Bateman?
anything, yeah,
Yeah.
What the hell happened there?
Something domestic.
yeah, it's like domestic with
Admin.
with a newborn in the car.
Admin. Something
Nothing
domestic.
good.
That's great.
Jacoby
Yeah.
Lane's stock is literally through the roof after he performed Skrilla at the team dinner.
The year 7 breakout for Bateman is not happening, unfortunately. Unfortunately,
He hasn't had 8 tutties since 2022, his first year with the Eagles, too. So I like that.
Yeah.
I like
I mean,
that.
Eagles,
I
too,
took a
like,
stab
when
at
Eagles in the red zone, like, they're not throwing the ball often. When they're, like, within the 5, and if they are, it's going to Dallas Goedert doing, like, that weird-ass play. So I kind of think A.J. Brown might be primed to score a lot of tutties.
He's gonna want to. He wants to say "fuck you" to the birds. Watch what I can do. He definitely wants to have that kind of season. He's that type of player.
Everyone, bro. It's not even just like Philly. Like all of like media is saying he's like a toxin. Same thing they said with Diggs, and then Diggs came over and was disgusting for us.
Same thing with Randy Moss back in 07.
But
once you come to Foxborough, you get your shit together.
And hey, I will say this too: get ready to potentially, want him gone out the locker room by like week 6. Like,
yeah,
like,
I know. I don't know what to expect. I've like, we've all seen it with the Eagles. We've heard about it. Like, it is like a worry, but it's like the talent is so raw where it's like you just hope and pray. I mean, Vrabel's a no bullshit guy too. Like, I think
that's what I was going to say. That's the key.
If there's any coach in the league that can get a player like that in check, I think it is Vrabel. So,
and again, they have tons of familiarity with each other too.
Yeah.
So again, if you're gonna trade for him and AJ wanted to go there, that tells me they're still tight as fuck.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about some of the roster props, huh? What you got?
Well, I did take a stab at AJ Brown, boy, because I just thought 40 to 1 was a shit price because his ceiling is still there, right? And he is a very good touchdown threat. So if he has double-digit touchdowns, near 1,400-ish yards, 1,300 as a ceiling, he's going to be in the conversation. So I think that's a good way to back him. I just think 40 to 1 is just not. Is just off.
Yeah, it's totally mispriced.
You know what we did last year, Oil, that we hit on? Devontae Adams, most touchdowns. I think that's A.J. Brown this year. What is he for that market? I like that way better than O'Roy.
Dude,
I don't know, but I think there's
Devontae Adams might go back-to-back is what I was going to say.
Hold on, there's another one. Think of another old prime red zone threat that just got signed to a really, really good offense. He played down south in a red uniform.
Yeah, but dude, I don't.
Come on,
he's not staying healthy.
So
bro.
out. I'm so out.
Healthy. Oh my god,
I'm so out.
You're gonna doubt Kyle Shanahan.
I doubt. I'm not. I doubt his ability to stay healthy.
That's fair, but like,
I mean, he's the
to me, like,
nah, dude. It's
to me, they don't.
Nah,
you don't
it's AJ Brown.
If you don't believe
it's actually crazy because I had this conversation with my boys the other day, and I understand, like, DC, you said he's the Iron Man. I understand he hasn't had injuries, but now he has like 3 separate injuries in his lower body. He's back healthy at practice. Then like 3 hours later, he's re-aggravating it. He's no longer, in his 20s. He's old. And it's not like the Niners have a good reputation of keeping players on the field. So
something in the air over there.
I do like that, though. I do like that. But I think, like, if I had to put my money on it, the Rams are going to be scoring, like, 25 points a game. And Devontae Adams is getting peppered in the red zone. But at the same time, like Evans. No, yeah, it is. It is the same.
I don't see him playing every snap on offense for that reason. I don't think he can hold up. If he can, awesome. But if not, I think he's literally going to be.
That's fair. Because it's not like we're talking about yards. We're literally just talking about tutties.
Just touchdowns. And look at Stribling. I mean, Stribling,
he's getting glazed.
Rightfully so. I mean, he's looked incredible.
Yeah, he's looked good.
Too much glaze for my liking for a guy that nobody really knows.
Yeah.
So that's why I love it. They
drafted you love Evans for that reason, you're saying, right?
Well, no. I was just saying for Stribling. Like when they drafted Stribling beginning of the second round, everyone was like, "What the fuck? What is Shanahan doing? This is a reach. He's like a 4th, 5th round graded receiver. Didn't do much at Ole Miss, and then he's coming out here and balling."
Steak likes my AJ Brown TD read. I'm seeing. I took it plus 1,500. I took that. I'm trading with AJ Brown to lead the league in receiving touchdowns. I mean 777 going back 3 years. It's at 7.5 plus money. I mean, if we look at the lines for all the other receivers, obviously Devontae Adams is going to be at the top. You have Jamar Chase at 9.5 too. Amon-Ra, JSN, CD, Nakua, and then it's AJ. Like I think, yeah, I'm with it.
I mean, all those guys are obviously going to be up there. You're getting like 180 targets. You're
biased, but do you think that the Patriots in chat? I would love to know too. What are your thoughts? Do you think the Patriots are prime regression candidates?
I think we're better than we were last year, but our schedule is significantly tougher. So I think it's going to even out. I think we'll probably win 11 games.
Royal goes, yes.
I'm not saying they're going to regress, but everyone is picking them to regress.
That's what I'm saying. I get it. No, even as a fan, even being like biased, whatever, like it makes sense. Like, it does make sense. However, like, would I be backing that narrative even if I wasn't biased? Probably not. Like, they got better, and like, their schedule's harder, but like, it's not like we were just like
in the Super Bowl.
Like we beat the Ravens we beat the Bills on the road. Like, it's not like we were just like only beating bad teams. We got to the Super Bowl, albeit I can even say like, somewhat of Mickey Mouse, but at the end of the day, our defense is loaded. Our defense was great last year, and it still got slept on and disrespected. We showed that in the playoffs, albeit we played the Broncos back up in the snow and Texans. But whatever. Regardless, I think we're going to have a similar record to last year. I think we'll be more ready going into the playoffs this year because of that schedule. Do I think we're winning the Super Bowl? No, but I think like the future looks very bright. So.
I really like the Kevin Byard signing. I'm not saying that because he was on the Bears last year, led the league in picks. He's also a Vrabel guy, all-pro career in Tennessee. He chose the Patriots over the Bears. That was his 2 decisions. He even said it. And he went with the Patriots. So I really like that signing for them because they had a lot of turnover at safety. Kyle Duggar's gone. I'm forgetting the other. I think it was Jabril. He's gone. Now they're using Woodson and Byard. So I like those 2 a lot.
Yeah. All right, well, I want to talk about a couple of props. Speaking of the Bears, just because you mentioned it, we'll talk about this one first. I mean, I wanted to target Loveland in some type of way. And I know, Roy, you probably think I'm going to say over 800 yards, but I actually like over 5.5 touchdowns way more.
No, that's what I've been saying, yeah. I like his touchdowns a lot.
I think 5.5 for a guy like Loveland, where he ended the last 4 games, including the playoffs, obviously, he was getting like an average of 12.5 something targets a game. Obviously Odunze is going to be back this year and he's a good red zone target. But I think Loveland is going to be – I think Loveland's going to have an amazing year. I think he's going to be the number 1 option for Caleb. I don't know if he's going to have the most yards on the team, but I think he will be targeted the most. And, like, he's a prime red zone. Like, he's a tight end. So I think – especially the Bears offense. I'm high on their offense. They have all the weapons. They have Swift, who's very serviceable. And obviously those 3 receivers are 2 receivers in that tight end, Loveland. I think they're going to be in the red zone often. I think 6 is – I mean, he hit 6 last year, and the first half of the year he was a non-factor. So
that's the biggest point.
I think –
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, I mean, as long as he stays healthy, I think he should be able to easily get to like 8 touchdowns. But that's how I'm targeting Loveland.
Yeah, because the way they use him too. I mean, Ben's he's a sick man. Like he might have some mental problems. Like he is up there with some weird things. But the way he uses him in the red zone is crazy. I mean, he puts him all the way out wide, gets some biggest mismatches out there, and that's what you have to do. Loveland to me is one of the biggest mismatches. I think he's the biggest mismatch at tight end. In the league, period. Like I think Brock's the best all around, but that's just because he's like a dominant force. Like Loveland is a receiver at times, and Ben knows that, and he used that a lot, and he got a lot of touchdowns because of that.
And I think like what's going to help too, like you have to respect Roman and Burden. So it's like you talk about Bowers, it's like, all right, who else they really have? But you can't just like put all your focus on one of these guys on the Bears because the other two will just beat you. So I'm just so high. I'm very high on Loveland this year. I mean, I drafted him in my 10-man. I think he fries. I was going to take over 800 yards, but like I said, like I could see the love being spread so evenly between those three where I'm just like, give me the touchdowns. I think he's going to lead the team in receiving touchdowns, and 6 is not a large ask across 17 games. Yeah. So
that's Manunga up, and he's a very good goal line back.
What's his injury? I know he's banged up. I don't know what the injury is.
Do you don't know how it happened? Non-padded practice, Grady Jarrett, who's like a 10-year vet, decides to tackle him in no pads from behind, then realized, holy shit, we don't have pads on, tried to like keep him up, and he twisted his knee.
Oh, that's good.
Absolute bozo.
I think Loveland is the guy that I'm not going to fade, obviously. I think everything on paper says that he's going to have a successful year. To Jeff's point, like, needed less time. If he plays 16, 17 games with the same production as last year, he should be phenomenal. I think that's why people are buying in on him. But I think it was Steak posted a not a peep list. I think it was him who put Odunze on the list. Mm-hmm. I'm really starting to think it's Odunze, bro. His
touchdown line is higher.
Dude, everything about him is higher. He's 824.5 for yards. He hasn't hit that in both years in Chicago. I don't know, man. I'm just reading into the line.
The problem is, like, Odunze is that deep threat, and Caleb Williams, like, as good as he is, he's not accurate. And like, I was looking into Odunze, like, I think it was like he only had like a 62% catchable ball rate on those deep passes. It's like if Caleb's accurate, Rome is not getting drafted in like the 7th round in fantasy, and his yards is at 1,000 right now. But it's just Caleb's accuracy, which, like, I haven't really. I don't know.
To your point,
he fixed it. Like, I don't know.
To your point, Jeff, I was actually going to bring this up. That was my next tab. I need someone to pull up what Caleb Williams' interception line for the season is, because I think he's going over. He's going over that. He's going to go over that.
Everyone's in love with that bet.
Really?
And I'm gonna sound biased, obviously, because I don't want that to happen. But I will say he is pretty safe with the football typically. Like, that's why you see everyone brings up the completion percentage. He led the league in, like, he was like top 3 or top 2 in drops and like dirting the ball, throwing it away. He throws it away a lot. Yeah. Like, he's very safe with the ball. Obviously, in the playoffs, he had a shit ton of interceptions, but some of those were just not on the same page with the receivers. Obviously, the Rams game. Bears.
Okay, fair.
No, I mean, I don't – listen, it could obviously happen, right? Like, a lot of tips happen. You throw a Hail Mary at the end of the game. Like, so that's why I'm not ruling it out. I'm just – I don't know. I don't think he's a careless QB at all, especially with a coach like Ben Johnson who prioritizes taking care of the football.
Who would you call a careless quarterback that is still a good one?
Josh Allen.
I mean,
yeah, but
he had 10 picks last year.
He's like,
you know, like
Josh Allen's like the outlier though. Like, he's so nasty.
All I'm saying is good quarterbacks.
Yeah. No, he is.
He is careless. Yeah.
Good quarterbacks can still have double-digit interceptions on the year, and this just feels like a year that Caleb Williams is going to have to throw the ball more, coming off last year with the defense being so phenomenal. Baker at times. I mean, we're talking about – look at last year. Brock Purdy, Josh Allen, Dak Prescott, Mahomes, Baker, Goff, you know, even Drake May went over this line at 7.5. Which is where Caleb Williams is sitting at for this year.
It's 7.5 or 8.5. Yeah. Yeah. Like I'm saying, like, a lot could go wrong, right? A couple tip balls, or you're down, you're throwing a Hail Mary at the end of the half, end of the game, you get a pick. So those could easily, I mean, not to bring up bad memories, MJ, but I feel like you had an under interception bet one week and it lost the last play on a Hail Mary. Like,
yes,
like that
it did
all the time. Yeah.
Yes. Lost on the last play of the game.
No.
Yes.
I remember. Thanks for bringing that up. I forgot about that.
Well, you brought up the Cardinals.
What game was that? I took under interception. I literally had the recap like ready on my phone. Ready to hit post. I forget what quarterback just launches a ball down the field, probably 50 yards. Just terrible.
Loaded up the draft with the green check marks.
Yeah.
The one thing I want to ask you guys about too is the regression, right? So I'm not gonna defend the defense at all. The turnover shit was completely fluky. I'm not even gonna sit here and defend that. The cornerback that led the team in picks, Nashawn Wright, they didn't even re-sign. He went to the Jets. Does that not tell you something? Like he was like a 6'3", 6'4" corner, right? He got beat so many times, but he just made such good ball plays that he got all these picks. He's gone. So they didn't even bring back their leading interception at corner, which is crazy. But don't you think like last year was year one in one of the most complex offenses in the league with a rookie tight end. Luther Burden's a rookie, getting a lot of burn. Odunze is still a second-year player. DJ Moore, sure. Like, don't you think that's going to regress in a good way? The O-line's pretty much the same aside from center. Same running game, same receivers, same quarterback. You always hear about a year or two leap in the same system. And when you have an offensive genius, like, I don't understand that part. Like, how does that not get better? No one, I feel like when you talk about regression, no one mentions that part of it.
Well, one thing I'll bring up is, do you think the running game is going to be as good as it was last year with DeAndre Swift and Monungai combining for what, like 1,800 yards?
I do, but the only reason I would say if it does take a step back is because Drew Dahlman was probably a top 3 center last year, and he retired at age 27. So that's a big
good for
loss,
him.
But I guess
did he have injuries, or why did he do it?
No, so he was just worried about it. I guess his dad was in the NFL. That played a part in it. But
yeah, that's fair.
I feel like you never hear about that part. It's just, they got away with murder last year, which they did on defense, but you never hear the other side of it. You never hear like the offense. What if the offense is putting up 30 plus every week? You never know. But back to the Odunze point, I do like him because he just brings an element to the offense that none of the other receivers can. As much as I love Burden, and I think he just goes crazy, he's just going to be like such an underneath player, in my opinion, like literally like Sun God. And then Rome's the only receiver that brings that deep threat, that jump ball, that kind of deep route concept guy. So I really think all three of them are fine.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I got a phone call there. So I heard Roy, you talking about the defense and like regression, stuff like that. Do you think that's going to lead to just like way more throwing?
Yeah, I mean that's another.
You think that's another reason? Like, is your defense good this year? No,
dude. No. That's what I think.
That's great. That's perfect. That's perfect.
The stat I found that was interesting last year at home, 2-6 in terms of over under. So pretty much every game they had at home was a slugfest.
Under?
Right?
Really? Okay.
Under.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that.
I think that changes this year. I think that's going to be an over-heavy team. I haven't looked ahead at what their totals are looking like, but they're going to be an over-heavy team, I think.
Well, let me ask you this. Well, actually, I think their week 1 against the Panthers is like 48, which is, I think, pretty high for Panthers. But what would you – like, think of the Lions, right? Very, very similar team makeup-wise. What would you put that total? I mean –
Bears versus Lions?
Easily has to be close to 60.
54. 54 at least.
Yeah, maybe not 60, but like 55-ish, yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, that's my point. Like, I think them, the Niners, and Lions, probably Saints, if that offense pans out, like, shootouts weekly.
Yeah.
What else you got, Jeff?
Okay, well, we'll leave the.
We ask one more thing about the Bears. I want to see what chat says real quick. No, it's what I texted you guys yesterday.
See what you did, Jeff?
I think it's crazy. I need other opinions.
Go ahead.
Since we were talking about MVP in the spaces yesterday, Caleb is down to 12-1. Pretty sure he opened like 18-1.
That is kind of wild.
He's shorter than Stafford. Is that not crazy? I'm not sitting here saying he should be shorter odds than Dak in the MVP because I think Dak has an easier path. Is that not crazy? And I want.
Well, I think it's a better question to compare it to is not Dak, it's Stafford. That's
both, honestly.
Well, yeah, both. But I think it's crazier for a guy who just won MVP last year on a team that's supposedly better on paper in the Rams, has worse odds or whatever you want to call it.
I think it's voter fatigue too, though.
Could be. And back-to-back, is tough. Yeah,
I think that has something to play into it.
But
I just think, like, as a fan, like, that's crazy to me. Like, I can't even get behind that.
Well, I mean, I think his stats are going to be like we're over here talking about all these receivers. Why don't we just take Caleb Williams over yards? That's where I'm kind of realizing, like, well, we're high on Burden, we're high on Odunze, we're high on Loveland. We think they're going to score a lot. Why are we not just taking the quarterback?
No, that's a good point.
So
really good point.
That's kind of maybe I'll have to do some thinking, but I do just want Loveland exposure in the red zone specifically. But my next one, I've been flip-flopping. I'm taking one of these. It's either Ladd over 900 or Waddle over 900.
Thought Ladd was bad.
I convinced him.
Bro. I mean, you have to realize Ladd last year had 789 yards, and so literally everything went wrong. Their O-line, like Herbert had 0 time. Keenan Allen had like 125 targets or something. That's gone. Their O-line's supposedly improved. They got Slater and Alt back. I know they just lost their center, but the outside is going to be fine. Herbert's going to have way more time, and you also bring in Mike McDaniel. And from what I've been reading, he runs a lot of 2 tight end sets where it's just 2 receivers on the field. Ladd's going to be the constant. They're going to rotate Trey Harris, QJ. Roy was talking to me about this. I think Ladd's going to have a huge year. But I'm going to be honest. I feel like Waddle is just like overall the better receiver, and I feel more comfortable.
Well, you know why, too.
I think Waddle, just yard after catch, is just like so elusive, and he hasn't been unlocked. And I think this year we're going to see like Waddle's sophomore year was insane, and like he hasn't had a year as good since. I think this year, especially with the Broncos, I mean, all they do is pass. So when Dobbins goes down again, because he will, I was talking to ChatGPT last night. I guess before, when J.K. Dobbins was on the field, like before he got injured, they were averaging like 4 yards per carry. Then after that, it was like 3.2. I mean, I know they have Jonah Coleman now. I know some of us are high on him. But I do still think they're going to be a pass heavy offense. And they gave up three picks for Waddle. They're going to use him. We saw a flash of it yesterday with 35-yard reception. Although I'm kind of worried because Bo Nix looks really weird.
No, dude, to your point, dude, I think
it looked like he was sitting down when he was throwing the ball.
That's good for you, dude. Because people would rather back a Justin Herbert wide receiver than a Bo Nix wide receiver. I think you're spot on. Waddle is definitely the better option, I think
both fly over, but I'm doing a 3 leg.
I agree.
The last one is a lock. That shit's sitting. That's a guarantee. So I'm kind of just going between, like, I wanted Loveland exposure, and then I've been between Waddle and Ladd. My gut is telling me it's Waddle. I don't know if that's because I think both are going to hit, but like I'm only taking one. And like the thing is, I could see like what happens if the Chargers O-line gets destroyed, and then like they just can't get a first down, because that's what happened last year. So I don't know. I feel like Waddle's a safer option. I mean, isn't the Broncos offensive line like the best in the league when it comes to pass protection? So you have that time. Obviously, Courtland Sutton's still there. I think both of them are gonna be fine. I think Sutton will take a step back, obviously, but Waddle, I mean, his line for like the first week is like 7.5 targets or something like that. So I think he's gonna get peppered.
You know what I love?
Well, too? I'm looking on Sleeper, like the projections. So
the Broncos,
take that with a grain of salt.
The Broncos are a team that I think are gonna be in more passing situations than they were the last few years too. Like their defense has been so crazy. Good. They've been top 3.
But we talked about it last year. They led the league in pass attempts still, and that was like with a 14-win team,
and with the top 3 defense back-to-back years. Like, I think they could regress a little bit on the defensive side of the ball, which could cause some problems for the Broncos. But
bro, what is Mitty saying? Mitty, in 5 years, he's played 16, 17, 14, 15, and 16 games. I don't really think he's injury prone at all.
I think people are too comfortable throwing around the term injury prone to guys who.
I mean, he missed 1 game, 0 games, 3 games, 2 games, 1 game through 5 seasons. So
TC brought up a good point too.
That doesn't seem injury prone.
Tua did lead him into a couple hospital balls.
And I was watching, I watched a video last night. Jalen Waddle, last season highlights. It was like every reception and target, bro. there were some balls that Tua's ass, bro. Like Tua is ass. I mean, obviously, I'm not breaking any news here, but like Waddle could have easily had like 250 more yards if Tua could just place like an easy crossing route.
Dude,
But
and find me another wide receiver 2 on a depth chart that has more like a higher receiving line than the wide receiver 1. That's what you have with the Broncos.
I mean,
Waddle's the one, bro. I know what you mean though, because Sutton's better and everything, but
Waddle's definitely
Waddle.
I know who's better. I know who's the better receiver. Let's not. It's a situation that is different than a lot of other teams. You know, Waddle was the wide receiver 2 with Miami. Now he comes over to the Broncos. Sutton's been wide receiver 1 for a while. I obviously know the roles aren't going to be like that night and day, but you know,
who were the Broncos throwing to last year other than Sutton?
That's what I'm saying. Like that's why I like Waddle a ton, because it was just Sutton. And I don't know if you guys agree or disagree. Like I don't think he's a true one, and if he is, to me, he's like a bottom of the league one wide receiver.
Yeah,
I think he's elite wide receiver 2. And
Troy
Franklin, like a lot of people like, but he just didn't pan out. Mims was hurt. He's like a gadget guy. But to Trice's point, apparently Pat Bryant is Thanos in camp, and Sean Payton loves him. So if they have
I think Waddle's gonna be just fine. I mean, you look at
Jeff mentioned in the beginning. Look what they gave up for him. They needed that piece to put him over the top. It was they gave him a lot for him. Yeah,
they gave up 3. Yeah, I mean, they're not giving up 3
Not
picks.
forget, he's 6th overall pick too.
I think Waddle's gonna fry. I'll probably end up taking him, just because, and it's literally just because I took Lad last year and I have PTSD, and that's kind of why I'm getting scared of it. Which, like I said, I do think like if there's any player that I could see becoming like last year's JSN, it would be Lad. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I just think like he's prime candidate for having a breakout year. We already saw that he can do it with his rookie campaign, so it's not like he doesn't have the talent. But I just feel a lot better putting Waddle in there, and I think the Broncos are going to be in some competitive games often. I don't think they're going to be relying on the run. So,
I'm just looking at some lines here. Not to switch the subject up. Do you think it's weird that Lamar Jackson and Jaden Daniels have a lower line than Cam Ward?
For what? Yards?
Passing yards?
It's Lamar and the Ravens.
Yes, because they're mobile, maybe. Like they're going to take off and run.
Dude, Lamar's lines are just low.
I'm telling you, I think Derrick Henry's going to see 20 carries a game, if not more.
Like, it makes sense with Jaden Daniels, right? He's coming off injury. You know, the team makeup isn't as solid as what the Ravens on paper looks like. How the fuck is Lamar Jackson's line this low? 3250?
You also have to think about, like, one offense has Derrick Henry at running back, the other has freaking Bill and Rashad White, and the other one has Tony Pollard and Tyjae Spears.
Yeah.
Clearly,
the Ravens' primary weapon is Derrick Henry and Lamar running.
I think for
Lamar's got an excuse for everything, bro.
Jaden Daniels, like, the injury risk is kind of baked in because he missed 10 games last year, 7 games, and then Cam Ward. I mean, they also pimped out their offense with Carnell Tate and Wan'Dale Robinson when he was just. I think Cam Ward had 3,100 last year or 3,200.
Yeah,
throwing to Calvin Ridley and Chig and Alec Ayomanor. Like, dude, there's no way Cam Ward doesn't throw for like another 300-400 yards with the improved roster and no run game.
My thoughts.
So,
yeah, my last prop is KC Concepcion.
That's fair.
I think KC Concepcion has an insane year. I mean, his line's at 600. It's like 40 yards a game if he's healthy. I think he's going to be – I'm not saying the Browns are going to be great. They'll probably average 200 pass yards a game, but I think he's going to have like a third of them.
You know what he kind of feels like to me? And I don't want to scare you off, but he feels like Matthew Golden of last year, bro.
Yeah, but Matthew Golden was in a receiver room with like 5 other dudes. So it's like,
nah, I wouldn't say that. I would say that there was a lot of opportunity for Matthew Golden to take the wide receiver 2 spot, if not the wide receiver 1.
I would say that this year. I would not say last year, bro.
Yeah,
Tucker Kraft last year,
Watson, Wicks, Dobbs.
I don't know.
It's a lot. It's a lot of
Jordan Love.
I mean, look at the Browns, bro. They have Judy and fucking Fannin, and like it's not like
Jerry Judy. Are we dead ass?
Come on, I mean, dude, he's a good receiver.
Fannon's
he's on the Browns, bro. If he was on the
Fannon's
fucking
the only
Bengals,
competent option on that team.
If Judy was on the Bengals, bro, he'd be a 1,500-yard receiver, bro.
Stop.
I think 600 yards for Casey Conception is like, I'm not asking him to get a lot. 600 for his talent. You see what he's been doing in camp. I understand he's been hyped up, whatever. Everyone's talking about him. It's for good reason, bro. And you could tell that the Browns want to get him involved. Their first preseason game, they're running like jet sweeps for him. They want the ball in his hands. And the only way I see this not hitting is if he's injured or if Shadur is starting by like week 2. And they are just like, screw it, screw Deshaun Watson. But like he's easily been their best receiver in camp, like far and away. And you're getting a wide receiver 1 at 600 yards. And yeah, I get it. It's the Browns. Their offense sucks. Dude, he could catch four balls a game. Not even. He could catch 3 balls a game at like 15 yard per catch, and he hits this line. Like it's just, to me.
And to play devil's advocate with myself,
I think
Conception's line is actually higher than Judy's this year in terms of.
Judy's best in Cleveland.
Bro, he's their clear wide receiver 1.
It's going to be Fannin, it's going to be Boston, it's going to be Casey, and then whoever, I guess Judy or whoever fills that last one. And to your point, Jeff, I like Boston a lot long term. I don't know if they have the QB play to really unlock him this year, but I want to say he's at least 6'2", like he's a big motherfucker. He's really good deep threat, really good jump ball. That's perfect for Concepcion, who's at his best underneath over the middle. And if Boston gets going, you're gonna have to respect him like deep down the field. So I like that. I think the only pushback, because I'm with you on Casey, is just Fannin. The way he plays is very similar to Concepcion as a tight end. That's my one like gripe. But no, I still love that line.
I just like Casey, especially with the yards, bro. Like his yard after catch ability. He's to me, I think he's gonna be like alongside Fannin. Obviously, like they're gonna be getting peppered every game. Like easily seeing the most targets, and he can make things happen after the catch. He could turn a 20-yard catch into 50, or like a screen pass into 30 yards. So that's kind of what I have right now loaded up in the slip is Loveland over 5.5, Waddle over 900, and Conception 600. And it's like
wide receivers or tight end too. But
yeah, I was gonna do rush yards. But
I'm with you. It's hard.
You guys were with me. Like I was telling you guys about that. Jadarian Price, I was gonna take his yards, but at the same time, Charbonnet looks like he's ahead of schedule, and also like it's just a huge question mark. Like Halani, like it's just an unknown. He's a rookie. I understand, like a rookie receiver versus a rookie running back when your best running back is coming back from injury. Like it's just a unique situation there that I don't want to be a part of. My other look was Blake Corum. He had his yard per carry. The reason why I didn't take it, his yard per carry last year, I don't think it's really sustainable. It was like 5 point something, where I could see him getting like 10 more carries this year, but having like a 4.5, and he doesn't hit his number. So that's why I didn't take Corum.
Yeah, that's a tough sweat.
So, I'd rather, for me at least, I think the receiver props are more gettable. So, and that's just where I think I'm just going to go with those two. I'll probably lock it in today, but that's where I'm at. I just like doing one season long. I don't really bet a lot of NFL, like tons. I'll cook up some teasers, but that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at in prop land.
Let's see. Where's your
running back Tet, Jeffy?
I like how they're going to put him in the. I know. I like how they're going to put him in the slot. Obviously, like that's going to improve a lot. I like how much Coker's getting talked about because I really don't think Coker's all that. Maybe I'll be wrong, but I remember people saying this 365 days ago about Coker, and he didn't do shit. So I think Tet's still gonna get his. He'll probably have another 1,000 yards. What's his line at?
9,000. Yeah, like 950.
Yeah. I mean, he had it last year, and like he had some weeks, like towards the end of the season, especially, he was doing nothing. Like Bryce Young was just not even looking his way. Put him in the slot. I think, yeah, he might be unlocked. Thing is, though, he's not a slot receiver. Like,
Power
I don't
slot.
see it. Yeah, I guess. I just
like term now. Yeah.
I'd rather get someone that, like, I'd rather back a Waddle or a Lad or someone like that. I do like Tet this year, but I'm going to be honest, like, the first, like, half of the season, I was like, dude, Tet rocks. And then, like, from my fantasy team perspective, and then the second half, I was like, bro, what the hell is going on with Tet? And he was healthy, and I was just like, what the fuck happened?
Doubled if I had to guess. I'd be curious on that. Yeah, Tet's not a slot receiver, but he's a really good route runner for his size that he gets, like, I think he actually did it last night, if I'm not mistaken. He had, like, a 20-yard gain. Let me see if I can find that.
So Drake London plays power slot, too, so I guess, yeah, that's a good comparison.
Jeff,
Is there
that term rocks.
If you had to guess Concepcion's line for week 1, what do you think it is?
Who are they playing?
Jags.
Like, probably like 40 yards.
42 and a half.
42 and a half. Like, I just think, and that's like when he's a rookie. That's just, not a rookie. Sorry, he'll be a rookie all season. That's his first ever game. Like, I'm going to be honest, I don't really think, like you look at Ibuka's lines at the beginning of last year, they're probably all low as shit. I think it's hard to price rookies early in the season. I think it's also the Browns. That's the thing. Like, it's
yeah. What is Deshaun going to look like?
The thing is, like they've looked good in camp. They fried the Bills secondary. At least Conception did. That's kind of like, I was on Conception. I drafted him, and then I saw the Bills tape after, and I was like, dude, I have to get involved here.
Where's your quarterback brain at? Did you look at any quarterbacks?
Not really. I don't like targeting QBs. To be honest, I like picking like an individual receiver. It's just more fun because otherwise I'm just going to be rooting for another team rather than another player. So if that makes any sense, like I don't want to bet on, like, if I take, like, I don't even know if they play, but say I take Caleb Williams pass yards and they play the Pats one week.
Now you're a Bears fan. Yeah.
I'm going to want him to fry. Like, I'm going to be sitting there watching as a Pats fan. I'm going to be like, oh, it's all right. It's all right. The Bears are throwing for 350 yards. So I like targeting the players because it's like, okay, Loveland can fry us as long as the whole team doesn't. Shit like that. Also, like, it's just, like, not my cup of tea. I don't know what the target.
You play.
Huh?
October 22nd, they do play.
Oh, we do play.
Yeah.
Where at?
Yeah, this is Soldier Field. Yeah, so Tet's right there. Yeah, that's gonna be a problem.
I did see that.
That's gonna be a problem. That's why I was really pissed when they're
at the bottom or the top of the screen. Sorry.
Yeah, he's like right near the tight end.
Isn't that what Waddle's gonna be doing? Waddle in the slot.
He should be slot. He should be, right?
That's why I was pissed.
Something's outside.
Brazil, yeah.
Playing the slot.
I thought they said Waddle's going to be the X receiver.
Really?
Yeah, so he'll probably be moving both. Oh wait, Waddle's the X, really?
I feel like you could throw Waddle anywhere on the field, though.
You really could.
Usually the Z.
Like, I think they're going to just use him wherever they think. Because, like, I could see him getting deep balls, screens over the middle. Like, he's the thing. That's why I like him so much. He's so versatile, and he's such a good route runner, and he's fast as shit, and he's yard after catch. Like, he's elusive. Yeah.
It's just designed plays for Waddle to be in open space.
Yeah, and really, I think it doesn't. I think they'll have a lot of design plays for him. I think he'll average probably like 60 yards a game. So
yeah, more of a utility belt than a Sutton is in terms of like skill set.
Yeah, Sutton's more of that red zone target, go over the top.
Good at one thing. Yeah.
Sutton's not carving up routes.
Bo Nix throwing for 3,900 yards with that receiving core is insane.
Almost impressive.
And people will still take Justin Herbert over Bo Nix.
I will too. Doesn't change anything.
Russ, are you taking Herbert over Bo Nix still?
Like in just like if I was just like who's better in general?
You're making your team.
I would take Justin Herbert. Like if you had two teams that are identical, and you say what team would be better, like the quarterback's the only position to fill, I'd definitely take Justin Herbert. I think Herbert.
I've never seen a guy get glazed more.
Well, he hasn't been in a good situation. I think he's got better.
How?
Well, recently, dude, I don't know. I don't think Bo Nix is bad at all. I just think Herbert is better. I'm not glazing him. You asked me the question.
I know.
It's as simple as Herbert's an elite talent that
That's
hasn't
true.
done anything with it. That's really it, except for stats.
Oh yeah, I asked you. Oh yeah.
Like, I'm not. People are like, stop glazing. I was asked, man. I do
This
think
is a good player to talk about.
Yeah, dude. Can we talk about Geno Smith last night in his one drive, 7-7?
Yeah, balling.
Talk about that.
he was dragging sack all over that field. It was pretty impressive.
That was.
That
I didn't
route
watch a
was
single
nasty.
thing, but I was a box score watcher, and I said, "Hold on a minute, Geno Smith."
What's the
hey,
deal
listen,
with-
Geno Smith on the Seahawks was great. Then he went to the Raiders. I don't know what happened, but like I wouldn't be surprised if Geno. Well, he's on the Jets. He's gonna look like shit. Never mind. Yeah, no, I'm out.
That Raiders team last year was bad, looking bad.
Brees Hall is probably
Carroll, bro.
Is
I don't
Brees
know
Hall
how
out
anybody-
for week 1. By the
No,
way,
he's fine.
no.
Yeah, that was
Yo,
a
do
scare.
they-
I don't know what's his deal.
I got a quick question because I'm just looking at I see there's a shit ton of preseason games here. Do they not care about the totals here? Why is every single total the same? Every
what?
single total is 36.5 for the 12 games
Really?
today.
They're probably
You got a
like, fuck it.
I'm not kidding you.
Taking the day off.
Every single total is 36.5, and then Dallas, Arizona is 37.5.
Slayer, that's funny, dude.
That seems.
I mean, it's also
Just-
kind of hard to predict.
Yeah, I feel like they
Start
just. Yeah,
spring
they have no
season.
idea what they're doing, so they're just throwing a number. Do we know are any teams gonna have their starters out for a drive?
The Commanders are. I saw
Anyone else?
Probably. I think most teams. There's
Yeah,
only
usually
3
the
weeks
second week.
preseason this year, right?
Yeah.
So it's a second week. Most guys, at least they're gonna get a drive.
When's the
maybe
season
2.
start?
The Wednesday
Fifth?
Pats, Seahawks.
September 5th.
No, the 9th.
No, the next one.
9th, sorry. What starts the 5th? I have the September 5th in my head.
That's probably
the-
week 1 of
draft?
CFB.
Yep, it is. It's Saturday.
Dude.
We got the
can't
draft on the 1st, so that makes sense.
I'm really hoping Sunday NFL ticket will take my student ID 2 years out. We'll see. It worked last year, so we'll see if it works this year.
No shot.
Dude, I swear to God, it worked last year, so I'm gonna try and scoop it up for 110 again. I've read on Reddit and stuff that it works for 1 to 2 years post college, so I'm really hoping it works.
They don't look into it too hard.
Otherwise, I'm dishing out $450 for that shit, where I could get it for 100. So
They're not running any background checks, dude.
nah, dude, they're just upload the ID. I'm like, all right,
It's like,
take a picture of it, you're good to go. They do, Rosa, worked for me. Yeah, so that's what I've heard. I'm really hoping.
I'm a
Should be
red
my
zone
last
human. I'm just a Scott Hansen merchant. Just give me red zone.
Yeah,
Want to see
too.
who's scoring.
yeah, you don't
I
have
think
to pay your
it's
taxes.
TG package, anyways.
Yeah, red zone's the fantasy one.
Yeah.
I kind of just alternate in between the two. A lot of the times I'll bet and I'll just watch those games.
Yeah, when the Pats are on, I'll flip back and forth, and then any other time it's just straight red zone or prime time, obviously.
Do we
If you
think the
just-
Pats are gonna be successful in Seattle week 1?
What's
I
the
don't want to
line?
get into the game, but
Definitely
That's
contrarian
tough.
play. I mean, they
plus
just
3.5. Is there gonna be a hangover? I think
it's the same
Seahawks.
spread as the Super Bowl was.
It's tough because Seattle actually did lose a
Then-
lot. Obviously,
Yeah.
they'll be still very good, but you lose Kubiak, who's the next good OC on paper.
Why
You
didn't
lose
they
the Super Bowl
pay?
MVP Ken Walker?
I don't want
You know,
anything to do with the
defense
spread,
pieces.
dude. That spread,
Yeah.
dude, that is
They didn't
just
pay
a,
Tariq Woolen.
the definition of a coin flip spread
Yeah.
game. You're
Ding,
taking the
ding.
Super Bowl matchup.
Dude,
Dude,
Pats
give me a
are going
fucking
in there
break.
and
It makes
winning.
me feel good.
I
like,
genuinely
what's-
going in there
what-
winning.
What's your edge? Oh, they lost. In the Super Bowl, they won.
just a
revenge.
tradition.
Oh, what's your edge for Seattle?
gonna
They
be
already
honest.
beat them in the Super Bowl, and they're there's
No,
no
the
edge
thing-
on this game in my opinion.
I think Seattle. I mean, they love running the ball. Pat's run defense is great. You got Gonzo to at least try and contain JSN, which he did last year.
Not
and then-
this.
And then you have AJ Brown on the field.
AJ Brown. I can't wait.
I don't want to get into the game. I just was wondering what you
I
guys.
can't wait
Yeah.
to watch AJ Brown.
Gonzo straps JSN. We got a
He
ball.
did, bro. I mean, Jason had
And-
2 catches for 27 yards.
Yeah,
Super
and it's
Bowl, so.
Jadarian Price's first game in the league.
OC.
Kenneth
Yeah,
Walker
bro.
had fucking 100 something yards against us.
Want to know? Starting the year
So-
strong, Pats. Let's go.
Low key, I lie. Viggs is onto something, I think, with that.
We want to talk about regression candidates, and everyone's talking about the Pats. Let's talk about the Seahawks. They're going to regress.
Shut the fuck up, dude.
They genuinely are. They genuinely are.
It'd be weird if they didn't.
JSN's not going for 1,700 again. Like, and then you have a rookie running back, Sharp's banged up.
Why? The defense was the highlight.
They lost their best
They lost
defender.
some pieces.
They lost both their corners.
It's
they
not
picked up
that-
what? Terry and Arnold and who else? Like, bro, Terry and
They
Arnold's
Yeah,
ass.
lost
just not
both their
Diggs.
corners. What do you mean?
They just got 2 new corners, bro.
They lost Kobe
Witherspoon's still
Bryant.
there, bro.
They lost Tariq Woolen. They lost
Witherspoon's the
a
highest paid
couple
corner in
there.
the NFL.
Sorry. forgot about
Well,
it.
yeah. No,
They
he's
had to.
great,
They had to get rid of him because they were keeping Witherspoon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Witherspoon's
Witherspoon's great, but he's more of like a nickel. He's kind of like a Swiss Army knife.
He's probably
What?
top. He's probably top 3 at his position.
I'm talking
Top-
like coverage corners. Like he's not out there like manning up the best receiver.
All right.
He's like a Swiss Army knife. But you lose Woolen, you lose Kobe, you lose Boye Mafe, and then one other piece of their line. But no, their defense is obviously gonna be nasty. It's just not that same unit with the same depth as last year. But I do like honestly the safety they drafted, Bud Clark from TCU. He's supposed to be really, really good. So we'll see. But the problem is, I think Eamon Worry's out that first game, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, even more
That's
the
a-
South Carolina linebacker.
That's a big piece. He was.
Yeah, he's a beast.
He really was a key to their defense, which is crazy because all they did. I don't know if you guys ever like saw like anything on their defense. They literally ran like 4 to 5 DBs. Like they never played base.
Mike McDonald's a
They
defensive mastermind, bro. I was a year early.
Yeah, because they have Witherspoon, they have Eamon Worry, they have these huge DBs that can literally play the run. Like it was legit a cheat code. What they were able
I
to
agree,
do.
Kurt. I agree. I think it's easy to say they'll regress because of how good of a year Darnold had, to be honest. And
Yeah,
they lost
Kubiak's
Kenneth
gone.
Walker and Kubiak. I mean,
Not to bring up the Eagles, but look what happened when Steichen left, right? I forget who the next guy was. It wasn't great. Then you bring in Kellen
Ben
Moore.
Johnson.
And
Or
then
not Ben Johnson, sorry, Brian Johnson. Jesus Christ.
yeah, didn't he get fired halfway through? He was ass.
He was
Then you
terrible.
bring in Kellen Moore. He was amazing.
Week 10. Yeah.
Then you bring in Patullo. He's ass. So, yeah, I mean, you don't always find these amazing offensive coordinators.
Mm-hmm.
That's why people are excited about the Raiders because, like,
Yeah.
you get the QB
Great.
upgrade, you get Kubiak's
Oh, yeah.
system in there. Like Genty, like he ran. I'm pretty sure he ran for like
Sure.
whatever his line is this year, like 975. Like, and then Bowers, you know. So, I don't know. I mean, this obviously Seahawks are going to be good. It's just like, are they still that like super? I mean, they weren't Super Bowl contenders like going into last season. They were like plus 4,000 or something.
It's 6.5 win total.
Yeah, like, and the Pats. No one thought the Pats were going to win either. So like,
But here's the deal: their totals in the double digits. You know, if I thought they were expecting, if Vegas was expecting them to regress, bro, they wouldn't be at 10.5 juice to the over.
could you make it any lower though? Like,
Yeah, they
Yes,
just
dude,
Super
it's the
Bowl.
second highest line they have. The highest win total is 11.5, isn't it?
the
For the
Rams are
Patriots.
probably
Whatever
Or for the
Rams
Rams? For the Rams, I'm sorry.
uh
Yeah, 11.5 minus
gotta be
5
11.
for the Rams, and then Seahawks are right there at 10.5 juiced. I mean, you compare it to teams like Cincinnati, who's 10.5 plus money. Even Baltimore, 11.5 plus money. 10.5 is going to be
What are the Lions?
50.
gotta be
Lions
10.5,
are
yeah.
10.5, same minus 115. So you're telling me the Lions and the Seahawks are at the same, odds for over 10.5 wins, and I think one is the more obvious regression candidate, and one is the more obvious, bounce back year. I think the Lions might suck dick. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm with Steak on that. I'm not seeing it. I get the schedule, sure. Like they're probably gonna put up a lot of points, but I don't think it's gonna equate to double-digit wins. But the only thing, and I've really tried to get out of this mindset, and I want Jeff's opinion actually. Jeff, what do you think the Lions' odds are to win the NFC North and make the playoffs? What would you put that line at?
Like,
Or what do you
parlayed?
think it is? No, separate.
Well, to make the playoffs, I would hope they're minus.
Facts, Isaac.
Well, who's in their division? Vikings, Bears,
Bears,
Green
Packers.
Bay. Yeah, it's a hard division. Okay.
One of the best.
Vikings have an 8.5 win total, if that helps.
The division, they're definitely plus odds, but I'd say that they're the favorite. So I'd say like plus 150. And then to make the playoffs, just because that division's that division's tough. Probably like to make playoffs like minus 140, I would say.
Minus 210, I believe.
To make the playoffs.
Yeah.
What is it to win the division?
Their first, I think you're right, around maybe plus 200 ish. I'm not positive.
So they're minus.
They're in the hundreds.
They're minus 200 to make the playoffs.
We looked at that last time, right?
I mean, bro, like their offense is just incredible. So it's just like, how far can that take them? I think it'll take them to the playoffs. I don't know how you fail with that offense.
They're minus 220 to make the playoffs.
Like, is that not crazy?
Like, in my opinion, you have the best offensive player in the league. You have a quarterback who can sling it. You have one of the best wide receivers in the league. You have one of the best wide receiver twos in the league. You have a very serviceable tight end and a fine offensive line. I don't know how they're bad.
And the division is plus 170.
Defense is bad, but like you said,
I know the defense. Yeah, but the defense has been bad. Defense hasn't been good. At least they'll have. I'm assuming Hutchinson will be fully healthy this season, so they'll have him back, which will help. Like I said, their defense is always ass, but it's the Lions, bro. They're like that for the last few years. They've always been that team where it's like their offense is just gonna they don't need to defend because they'll just score more.
I have concerns about the Lions in terms of their offensive line. That's where. So Royal knows this better than anybody. Ben Johnson. He goes to Detroit. What does he do first? He builds the offensive line. He builds an elite one at that. What does he do when he first gets to the Bears? It's the same thing. He's setting up the offensive line, set the trenches up for the rest of the skill players to have success. That's what's been regressing since he's left the Lions. And I don't see it getting better from last year by any means. So I think it's going to be a constant problem. I think a guy like Jameson Williams, who had over 100+ targets last year, isn't going to get that. I think Gibbs has big shoes to fill with Demont leaving and Pacheco stepping up to fill that void. I think that's a lot to ask for, dude. There's a lot of change. That's a lot to ask for. I think it's pretty like smooth brain just to think that.
The way you just said that, though, I think Gibbs has big shoes to fill and Pacheco coming in. That sentence.
Gibbs has big shoes to fill because of the tandem that they have. Like, I don't think people realize that Demont opened up all these opportunities for Gibbs. Like, it's not.
Gibbs is fucking gross. Gibbs is going to.
I know Gibbs is gross, but will he be able to handle more volume? Does that mean he's more injury prone this year? I'm just asking the question.
I know the way that sentence came out was like, I don't know. It sounded like Gibbs was like the RB2 and.
Oh no, I did not mean it like that. I meant like
I think you were saying
replacing Demont with Pacheco is like a major step back.
Yeah.
Pacheco stinks, and it hurts me to say that because you always root for those guys, but he was just blessed with an elite Chiefs offense and elite offensive line.
If you look at Montgomery's carries through the past 3 years on the Lions, it started at 219. And then the year after that, it was 185. And then last year was 158. So it seems like they've kind of been prepping Gibbs to get more of a workload. And obviously Pacheco's a downgrade from Monty. But I think noticing Montgomery's like downward volume, it kind of I think it'll help the process rather than if they just kept the split the same all 3 years.
That's fair. I mean, I think Gibbs is a good investment. I don't think it's a bad one by any means. I'm not fading Gibbs, but I will fade to Vig's point. Like, this is why I'm starting to like the fade on Jameson Williams even more. Less time in the pocket for Goff. What does that equal? What is Jameson Williams? Right. He's a deep threat. He needs time in the pocket to get it to Jameson Williams, and I don't think he's going to have as much time as previous years. So I think Jameson Williams, in terms of production, like his lines are sitting pretty low in my opinion for what he should be at, and I like the unders. Again, had 100+ targets last year. It's most in his career. I don't think that happens again. I really don't.
Let's be real. Like, Sun God is so good, and like him and Goff, like I really think they have like a Mahomes and Kelsey type connection. Like they know what each other's doing without even thinking, without even saying it, everything like that. And he's open so fast. And if that line collapses and everything, like he's gonna get peppered even more.
Yeah. Went from Sonic and Knuckles to Sonic and Tails.
That's a banger.
That is good.
I got to
pivot off lines, but that's why I like Monty a lot. Like this is as healthy as he's ever been. What were you saying, DC?
Oh, I just got to go get a low taper fade of 11, so I'm going to bounce a little early. But, I'll be on for tomorrow, and then starting next week, Tuesday and Thursday, I probably won't be around, but I'll see what I can do.
All good. All good, bro. Much appreciated. We're probably going to head off soon, too, anyway. Send us some pics of the fade, DC.
Oh, yeah, they'll be going on the Ramble socials.
Can you get
we need some more views. We did have a banger yesterday, though.
Can we get some stripes on the side of the head, maybe?
I'm going to get Bijan.
Chewy's barber.
On the side of my head.
The Bijan Avatar haircut, yeah.
I might just get Bijan's haircut.
DC taking a trip to Chewy's barber. Hey, I need to take a trip to Chewy's barber, bro. I gotta get lined up.
If you think I'm paying $75 to get my shit fucked up, you're tripping.
Ramble logo in the side of the head, that'd be fire. Chewy video style, please. All right, peace, dude. All right, what should we wrap up with? What else? Chat, give us something to talk about. What a nice surprise you've been, Jeff Rosa.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
No worries.
I'm trying to think if there's any like hot takes recently or like speculative
hot takes.
Players.
We should just, I think to end it, we should just say who we think leads the league in passing, rushing, and receiving yards.
I like that. All right, cool.
That's a good one for tomorrow. We can kick off with the Jags. They're an interesting team.
Stat leaders. All right, well, passing yards. I think we talk about this one. Trevor Lawrence yesterday in Spaces.
I was saying I like him. If I had to pick a value shot at MVP, it would be him, which I never thought those words would come out of my mouth until Liam Cohen got there. But I don't know if we hit on leaders at all.
I think, and we're not going to go obvious here, not going to say Dak or Burrow. All right. You're going to be somewhat like, well, I guess if them. Yeah, like aside from the very, very obvious, like
right. I'd go
say Caleb.
I'd go Purdy or Dak would probably be my two.
Dak's
I like Trevor Lawrence too.
Dak's probably like favorite to lead him.
No, he's third.
Who's
all right? Then I'll give you Purdy.
On a certain book, it's a three-way tie: Burrow, Dak, and Goff.
Okay.
I think Caleb has like a dark shot.
Caleb, I think Purdy would be my shot, but
I'm just all in on the Bears this year. At least their offense. I think they're gonna like bad